Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm okay. I haven't heard anything back from Facebook yet. The post that went against their standards over there was posted by Mark Zuckerberg, and the only thing that I did different was put on there. Like I said, I asked them, are they electric? and I got a strike for it. And they said, did you post this? Well, not initially, but they said, do you dispute this? And it's like, yeah, well, yeah. I didn't originally post it. He did. So he's what? Going against his own community guidelines? I mean, I can ask a question. That's not illegal yet, is it? You know? So I didn't even put a question mark on it. I just put, are these electric? Or maybe I did. I don't think so, though. But I don't know. So, yeah, I got a post or a YouTube video from Doug. He's having a hard time sharing things on Facebook. They have him pretty well buckled up where he can share through Messenger, but he can't even put things in his own group or off of his page. So, but it was, I'm going to share the link. It's a man reporting on Lancaster County, they said. So I'm thinking, I know there's one in California. There might even be one in Minnesota, but I know Pennsylvania has Lancaster, and they have a lot of Amish there, as we do too. And well, anyway, this Amish farmer was raided by the feds, and he's fined so much money. Well, it'll tell you all about it. It's pretty brutal, and now they've got it where he can't even butcher on in his own facilities on his farm. And so I'm thinking, what next, now that organic farmers are being attacked, Um, and there is a GoFundMe for that. And they've raised like $14,000. He needs like, was it $250,000, and then like another 4,500 or so in what they called government expenses, is how they worded it. So, is this how they're going to take the farms away from the Amish? Feds go in, say, well, you're not up to FDA guidelines, and why would they be? Why would an organic farmer want to be uh, if I want to go, like, for instance, and buy raw milk from an Amish, or lettuce that doesn't have any herbicides and stuff on it, pesticides, then that's my prerogative, you know. Um, yeah, the Food and Drug Administration, if you're like big corporations and whatnot selling food, there's more dangerous food in Walmart. I'm quite certain, you know. All the stuff like I just made the other night, cucumber salad with Amish cucumbers, and they're good. So, and their tomatoes, and we're thinking about buying some beef from our local Amish. So, I mean, if these and that is what will come next, where they want to be able to come right in on your property and tell you what you can grow or not grow, and who you can share that with. And that would probably include all the seeds. They're going to confiscate everything from these people. And he wants to pass this farm down to his children. And if you're like I am, we love our Amish. we're right now having some of our trees processed that we had over there drying that they're cutting up for lumber for um, building from our own trees that we planted. And they've got a planer over there, and we buy eggs and lettuce and squash in the fall, all kinds of things from them folks. And if they're not making anything that could be taxable anyway, um, because they don't make um, a large amount of cash anyway. And, anyway, I don't know how people feel about that. Um, but I did tell Doug about a week ago. I said, just watch. I said, they're probably going to send the National Guard in on the Amish and those type, like the Hutterites, Mennonites, and different. Usually and typically they're German, but they could be like I think the Mennonites might be of Norwegian descent. I'm not sure. It could be even a mixture of some of the, you know, but I don't know. It's pretty bad, because these people depend on their farms for their livelihood, you know, and there's going to be full families of people out on the street in the world because they're going to steal their land. They're trying to. So I'm going to share this link if somebody's I don't know the details, excuse me. Don't know the details of the case, what the violation was supposedly, or if there was one. I know, like, for instance, if you are processing beef and wild game in the same facility, it can be in a separate room, but it has to be stored in different refrigerators, different freezers. It has to be cut on an entirely different cutting table and saws. All the tools, sinks, everything that you use has to be totally separated. The say like the venison from the beef, you know. So, but what about people that raise chickens and sell their eggs or whatever? That for the government to step in and say, well, like my neighbor can't sell me a dozen eggs. That's ridiculous, you know? They'll probably make it illegal to even have livestock. That's what they're trying to do. Or gardening. That's their ultimate goal, you know? So yeah, it's serious. Terribly so. And poor people, I can't imagine even right now. They can't even butcher anything on their farm right now. So if they wanted like a chicken for Sunday dinner or something, they can't do it, you know. I mean, I make some jokes about them here and there, but I care about them as a society, and then that they're supposed to be sovereign. They don't pay any taxes. Well, their kids don't go to any public schools. They don't have vehicles on the road, you know. They're horse and buggies, you know. Their horses, I mean, if they come in and confiscate all their livestock, their livelihood is gone, you know. So yeah, it's terrible. I don't want to see nothing like that happen to there's hundreds of thousands of people maybe into the millions of Amish. I'm not sure. But with the other ones that I mentioned, I'm sure it's some very large number of people that they're going to be targeting. So the question is there anything we can do about it? And if we save one farmer, what are they going to do next? You know, not that we shouldn't try, because we should, you know, I think. Like I say, I really appreciate organically growing stuff. Pretty soon they'll have corn in, and um, they probably got like summer squash and radishes and tomatoes. We got some tomatoes too in the fridge, come to think of it, last week from them, and some banana peppers. And so yeah, it's concerning for all of us, because they're literally destroying our food supply all the way around the world. Oops, excuse me. Find my ashtray here. There we go. So yeah, poor people. Yeah, and then We Are Change had a really good video today. Um, just talking about all the usual garbage with the usual suspects, So yeah, I'm kind of headachy today. It's just been kind of well, I had to have the fan on all night, and I didn't want to have the window closed with the air conditioner, but I don't know. But Doug got cold and closed the windows, and I was roasting, so I was like, that didn't help, you know. I think it could be because he was out in the sun, and maybe his temperature, when you're out, and then if you're with a person that wasn't outside, your temperature either runs hotter or cooler than theirs typically. You know, like if I spent a day at the beach, I'd probably be freezing that night. That's why I closed the windows, so because it was hot yesterday. Not as bad as the day before, but I guess we got a few days of really hot weather coming up, and that's typical. I heard that it was in 1970, 103 people died in the UK, so it's not uncommon. Like I said, yeah, there's climate change. It changes every so often, and that's what I've noticed. Not anything really different than it always has been. So that's my observation with my own eyes. And knowing the jet streams and studying meteorology. So, yeah, Doug's cat is crying. He's carrying around this monkey. It looks like a noodle, and he carries it around and screams when Doug's outside. You okay now? Yeah? Do you want to show people who you are? You want to come here? No, no. He's a bobcat. He's got a bobtail. His name's Bob. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's kind of a quiet day around here. We had a contractor come over with his bobcat and did some leveling out of a real lumpy spot that we had, because we're building a road over to either another road out or at least down by the creek to get closer without having to walk through the brush. It's brutal. It looks like it's not much. Even from the edge of the woods, you would think, oh, it's just right over there. But to get to it right over there, I don't care how old you are, it's brutal. So, yeah. We used to clear a path all the time. Well, my oldest son actually would do most of the work, but yeah, clear a path down to the creek. He even had it mowed one time down there. It was just beautiful. Nice little park area, you know. Oh yeah. I don't know. It's oh, they're always, that's why I try to stay away from politics as much as I can, because it's always something with these people. It's always who's doing this and why are they doing it, and they're all working together, and so it doesn't really even matter. The point is they're taking the middle income people out of the picture and making it so they can't buy food and get to work. And there's going to be a lot of people this year not only unemployed but losing their homes, and lives will be lost because of it. Um, it's getting serious, yeah. I mean, there isn't anything wrong with maybe the board of health coming in if you're going to sell something to the public. Okay, if there was such an infraction like rats in there or rats feces or something, because um there's standards that you have to live up to like that. So I don't know if these people violated anything like that, but I'm not sure, as though they're independent independent people, that the government would have any say in their life whatsoever. So that's where I think the law is overreaching its bounds right there. You know, it's like a church. That'd be like coming in and disrupting communion because the wine glasses weren't up to standard or whatever for them to be able, and that they're sovereign. They don't have to pay taxes, you know, or like coming into a private school and forcing their regulations of education standards on that independent school. Things are getting, which if I had a child in a private school and the government came in and started pushing their baloney back on where I paid a lot of money to put my child in, I would be furious. You know, it's bad enough that we pay taxes to have them really disrupt our children. You know, it is disturbing. The whole system is disturbing and unnatural. You know, they make it so both parents have to work, so they really do not have that mom if they fall and have a boo boo, a stranger's fixing it. It's just all unnatural. It really is. Although there isn't nothing wrong with two people working together to make their life go around, that's not really what I'm saying. It's a shame that it has to be the way it is what I'm saying. You know, there's nothing wrong with helping make your world go around. You know, person does what they do and have to do. So yeah, I thought that would be interesting to you to know. You might even heard it. I think I had heard it somewhere, maybe on some news program or something. Sometimes I'll put something on in the background and listen and play Candy Crush just to relax. So I'm not really even, well, I'm watching the screen, but I'm not really, I'm just listening. That's, like I told Doug too, sometimes I just like to listen. I don't want to talk. I just want to chill out and listen, you know? Some people could do a little more of that. Stop talking and listen more, you know. Yeah. And, I'll tell it like it is too. Smart people have a tendency to have really good observation skills and listening skills and communication skills. That's what makes them intelligent because they're able to absorb what's going on around them. So if somebody goes to teach you something, like back in the day, we used to have these spanners for our spark plugs. What I'm just saying, for instance, so somebody goes to teach you how to do that to set your plugs so your timing is just right, or if you have one out and you have to change it, or whatever, or if you've changed your distributor cap and put on new wires, or whatever the case may be. But once a person shows you something and tells you something, if you don't have listening skills, they're not going to try and teach you anything again. They'll probably be done with you right there. I know I would. If I go to tell somebody and it's a skill, and I'm teaching them something, if they turn me off, it's like, okay, bye. Don't learn it. Actually, my personality is, well, gee, I don't like you either, but I hope you learn that somewhere else. I hope you find somebody you want to listen to. So that's true. Oh, I have a new grandchild. It's very large. And although I'm not really great on adoption, my daughter in law adopted a 12-year-old boy she has known all her life, a friend of hers. And so I have another grandchild, and it's the only, well, no, she does have an older son. So I have, and then my step grandchildren. So I have two step grandsons, two grandsons, and four granddaughters. Oh, yeah. But yeah, he's a nice guy. Good boy. He fits right in with my granddaughters. He's yeah, one of the middle kids now. There's a younger girl and the two in the middle now, and then my oldest granddaughter. So yeah. So my daughter-in-law has her hands full. I'm sure that child is less disruptive than marriage could be sometimes. So, sometimes it's okay. It wasn't very cool when I was alone with my children because they were both thoroughly abusive human beings at a very young age, you know. So I didn't even see it coming. I mean, I felt it within myself the whole time, but because I knew what it was against them from the start. But yeah, you don't even really see it come until it's there. You kind of see it and you think, oh, I hope that's not what it is. But you know deep inside that's just what it is. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to let this go at that. It's like I say, I got kind of a headachy type of day going on. I hope I can just sleep tonight with the window open and no noise. So, and it used to be so dark out here you couldn't even see in front of your face. It's still pretty dark, but not as bad as it was, or as good as it was, I could say. And it was pretty peaceful. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm going to drop that link. I don't know the name. Somebody homestead, a homesteader, like a preparation type person. Well, what it looks like is he evidently does raise his own food and has it going on for his family right where he lives, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And we got to make sure that these monsters that call themselves leaders of men that are hurting human beings can't get away with this. This is so criminal. It's just monstrous, you know? So, all right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. Peace. I love you.